Welcome back to MetaMinds, and today we have Mel, an entrepreneur, global traveler, and influencer. Mel, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Okay, so I'm Mel. I am everything you just said, plus more. So I currently work full-time as a personal assistant. On the side, I do influencing, so brands and promotions, different events. And I also have my business. So that is called Feather Sisters, and it's a unique makeup brand. And it's pretty much, I'll get more into it, but yeah, it's kind of an e-commerce platform.
It seems to be all the craze nowadays. Yeah. So you mentioned that you started that just in December, and you've had a couple of businesses before that. Is that right?
Yeah. So I first started with a detox program. So it was called My Name, Melinda Richelle. It did really well. I sold out twice, but back then I was into health and fitness like quite heavily. So I guess I had worked on a cruise ship actually for 9 months doing detoxing and beauty and things, and I picked up a parasite. So I was like super bloated. I had all these like intolerances, and I just started to do heaps and heaps of research, and I guess like antibiotics and things like that from the doctors, it didn't help. And I just found like all these herbal Chinese medicines and everything. So I was putting like 6 different tea bags into 1 cup, and then I was drinking that, and it was helping. And the more I'd research, the more I'd add things like a bath salt with magnesium, and then I'd get essential oils into it. And so I just kind of through it all, put my own program together, and I was posting it. And then everyone was literally like, well, what is it? Like, give me a shopping list. So I was sending them to like Woolworths and everything to be like, okay, just get this green tea and this, and just like mix it together. And then you want to do this. And then one girl, she was in Sydney, and she's like, can't you just like get it all for me, package it all up, and I'll just pay you for it. So I was like, okay, could do this. And I was so sick of like copy pasting, telling everyone what it is. It kind of just went like crazy. And then, so yeah, I was working at the airport at the time. So I had time, and I just kind of jumped online and found a place in Melbourne. I was living in Melbourne at the time. And I just spoke to them and said, hey, can you put together a blend of these ingredients, and like I want to package it. So then I learned all about private labeling, which I use now in this business, Feather Sisters. And I learned that you could pretty much, and most companies do this, they'll take a product and they didn't manufacture it, they didn't make it, but they want to sell it. So they they private label it. They put their own brand on it. And I didn't want to do that, because when I was talking to people to put the private label on it, they wanted their own blends. And because I was so strong on this is what works, like this is all my research, it needs to be this herb and this herb. So yeah, I just spoke to a herbalist and put it all together, and next minute put my brand, put it in a package, and just created the detox.
And started your obsession with business.
Yeah, and then I learned, okay, I can do this. Like, this is fun. This is good.
Yeah.
And I was doing it on the side, and I was way more passionate about that, obviously, than my job. And it just, word of mouth spread all around work. And yeah, I just started selling and doing it and learning it all. And it was a huge process, learning.
Yeah. Well, if you still have all of the items in the list, I think Dan could definitely do with a bit of a PR, so we might have to get you.
That'd be nice.
When I sold out, and people still message me for it, and I give it to some people, but I kept about 20 packs for myself.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So what were the responses from most people that were trying the detox?
No, they loved it. Like, within 2 to 3 days, your bloating would go down. They'd have more energy. There was a green blend in there that was like chlorophyll, and it was like swamp water. And you couldn't really drink it. It was really bad. It's so good for you. So, yeah, they loved it, and people were reordering. So,
yeah.
But that was a big business, and I didn't have the time. I went into flight attending, and I was here, there, everywhere, and people would buy it express, and I couldn't get it to them until I was home in a week. Like, so it just
I see.
fizzled out.
That whole side hustle thing, it's like, easier said than done. Like you're doing it at the night time, and like you get no time to actually chill out and stuff like that, which is part of the fun.
Yeah.
But then sometimes you burn out, and you're like, what am I even doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So. Well, I remember, and I literally have footage of it. Like, I was in the garage. I used to live with a boyfriend back then in Melbourne, and he would help me, right? And we'd fight about it all the time, because we would make these bath salts in the garage. I was so like particular on everything that I could order in all the tea blends, but no one would do my blend of magnesium salts. So because I wanted the results, I wanted to do it myself. So yeah, we'd sit in there and we'd have all these like measuring cups and scales, and like at one stage I was like, I want to make it blue. So like I was making him pour blue dye and trying to like mix it, and it wasn't mixing, and I was like, you're not doing it right. And then in the end, and then so we'd do that and we'd package it all, and I was up to like 3 a.m. in the morning doing this.
Yeah, so you were actually like delivering on every order yourself.
Yeah, I was doing everything because I was like, I need to do it all, and that's something that I've learned.
Like, it's your little baby, and you're like,
it
has to be the way I want it.
I was full stubborn, full control freak. Like, you had to do it perfect. But no, I'm very different with business now. I learned lots from that. I would do everything myself then, and now you hire out. If it's not your expertise, or it's not 100% your qualification or passion, time is money. You've got to hire out, and you've got to get the people in. You've got to spend money to make money.
That's so true.
Sure.
And I used to think that was just like a thing people said, but the more I get into business, it's so true. And outsourcing, you're right. You know, if you're not a professional marketer, just get someone who is, and it's going to save you much more money in the long run if you just invest a little bit now.
It's going to save stress and time and money and just like sanity.
That's it.
But at the start,
you can't be a master
definitely
of everything.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. And I was like, yes, I can be. Yeah. So if I didn't know something, I would literally go research. Do you know what I did? I paid $500 for this online course to learn personal training so that I could specifically put together a workout routine on the website for it. And I didn't actually finish it, and I just wasted my money, and I ended up just getting a PT to put it up at the time, and I was just like hogging everything. Yeah. Like, I can do it. I was just a tight ass, really.
So what's different now with Feather Sisters then? Do you have other people dealing with the process?
Yes, and it's so much better. So and this is probably something I'll change for next business, I tried to get family involved this time, because I was like, okay, family are going to like have my best interest at heart, and they're just going to do it like me because we're similar. And also, so I got like my brothers, my dad, and I was getting them to package things, do my websites. But then I realized that they don't have the same passion for it. They've got like me, the control kind of, and it should be like this and it should be like that. And like my dad, I'm like, okay, do the bow this way. And he's like, no, it looks better this way. And then
whose business is
that? Do you know? Exactly, right? So everyone in my family is like a mini me.
Yeah.
So we all know that we're all like, know-it-alls. So, and then, so then I'll have, I had my brother like doing my websites and things, and I'd be like, okay, I've got a new product coming in. It needs to be out by the end of this week. And he'd be like, yeah. But he's got his own things. He does Bitcoins and like really cool IT stuff.
Yeah.
So did he care about some makeup products? No, I thought he would. But like 3 weeks later, he finally put it up. Yeah. So I've learned for next time I'm not going to get family involved, and shit's going to get done.
Yeah, there you go.
That's all part of the learning process, though. You have to do these things and commit to these things to realize that they're not the right like things to do. You know what I mean? So. And you can outsource someone and pay them an amount where they will be like passionate enough to do the things on time for you. You know,
and that's what I've learned now. So like I've got my personal assistant. She works for me every Wednesday, and she's doing graphic design and marketing and things. So I get her to do all our new packaging and designs and work on that. And like it just gets done. It's good. It's amazing. It's quality. And like so, I'm totally happy to pay for that.
Yeah.
So I'll be out, and like again, I'll outsource someone for all my videos. Like, I feel like I've done Instagram, I can make that, but I've got to, like, step back, let the professionals make my videos, do my photography. Yeah, it's an interesting climate nowadays because it's so accessible to be able to make a business and build a business, whether it's online or physical products like you were doing previously. And a lot of millennials, I mean, people even in their 50s are trying to get into it now and trying to break into the game, but the competition's so hard and so fierce. Like, do you have any tips for anyone that's like on that side of maybe just getting started, or they're a little bit deep into it, that they kind of want to go like get into it a bit more? Okay, without giving away all my tips. No. Okay, so where to start with that? Okay, so we were talking before. It's literally consistency. You've got to. This is what I find. So my biggest tip to people is in the beginning, you're going to get this idea and you're going to think it's amazing, and you're going to create it how you would like it. So you just jump in and you start to do it, and then you realize that there's like a huge struggle of everything. So you realize that, you've got to kind of find your target audience. You've got to spend time researching. You've got to spend money researching. You can't just jump in and then think because you like this packaging, or you're this certain age that certain age is going to buy it, and everyone's going to love the packaging. So that's kind of it. But, you know, in the beginning with the first business, one of the biggest reasons I actually also let it go was like a self-doubt. So you get this as an entrepreneur all the time. I've even had it with Instagram, like just everything. You have like this script in the mind that will always kind of sabotage you. So the trick is to literally like wake up in the morning, do your meditation, clear the mind, do some exercise. So you stimulate the mind, and do a to-do list. And on that list, like write it down so it's there, so it happens, and tick it off, and don't stop until you've got to the end of what you're doing. Because if you don't do that, I find that the mind sabotages you. So you don't really know what's going on. Your mind's everywhere. Everything's not really clear, and you're impulsing. You're like doing this, doing that, and you're not spending the time to research properly and really know where you're headed. So a lot of the time, and even with this business, and it was probably like 3 days ago, I'll do no one's going to like it. You're not going to go anywhere.
The mind's your worst enemy, isn't it?
Like,
So without that routine and without that structure, and like you can't find that strong self-belief and like the drive, you can't look back to see what you completed, where you're going, what your goals are, and you get lost in it all. So I know, I guess my main tip is you're always going to have self-doubt. Like it's totally normal, and you're probably going to have it like every second day. But you've got to keep going. You've got to write everything down, have an end goal, and I guess don't stop until you get there. If you want it bad enough and you're hungry for it, you'll go to sleep thinking about it, wake up thinking about it, like think about it all day. It's not a half game. So if you're going to give half into it, it's just never going to work.
You're going to get half out.
Exactly. You've got to be like, you've literally just got to believe in yourself 100%.
Yeah. And that's so much easier said than done as well. But I suppose these little things, like being able to sit down in the morning and focus on what it is that you want, that's going to help you get that kind of thing.
Because there's other people's input as well.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. You'll always get that.
Yeah. And it's, they think they're helping.
And sometimes they are.
Yeah.
But sometimes.
But I guess
when it's family, no. Not helping.
But that's it. Like, I guess you just kind of let your mind process what other people are saying, and then you kind of align with whatever works with you. Because at the end of the day, like if you listen to everyone, nothing's going to get done maybe, or you're always just going to go, oh no, I shouldn't have done that, or you second guess yourself over everything. You've
got to write it down, and you've just got to stick to the path. Like, it's going to be a struggle, and it's like so I almost quit this like a month ago. I almost quit it every second day. But I ordered something from Alibaba, which is where I get all my products from, and this is for the new business, and it came, and it was just nothing like I wanted. Like I had in my mind that the pink would be this shade and the box would be this shape, and it just came, and it was just so different. And you just had that protectiveness over it. So like, you know, your product's good, and you know people are going to love it. And these little things shouldn't make or break the business. But to me, I'm such a perfectionist. I was like, they're going to look at this boxing and they're just going to think it's cheap, and they're just not going to like it, and how embarrassing. And everyone else was looking going, it's good.
It looks great, yeah.
And I just had this like a huge mental breakdown. Like it was all just too much. It was exhausting. And I was like, this is it. I'm done. Like, you know, I can't continue. But sure enough, I hired out, got the right people, digital marketing, all of that. And we've got packages, new packaging being put together. And I found a new supplier, and it's actually good, because if that didn't happen, I would have never found the supplier I've got, which is now less. Like it's cheaper, it's faster, they can do a higher production, so everything happens for a reason. You just got to keep going. Always keep going.
And trying new things as well. Like even for example, with this podcast, we originally were uploading on a particular thing. We thought it was the best thing kind of thing, and then it wasn't until like a month or two later we found this other one, and we're like, this is like way, way better. But we had to make the mistake of going through this one process until we finally found that second one. So you have to actually take the action. Yeah, that's it. You learn from it.
Like there's just, it's like each stepping stone you get to when you look back, you're just so glad it happened, because there's just no way that you would have got to the next stage without that mistake. There's just no way.
And if you're not making mistakes, and you just like think you're the man and you're killing it, but like really you're not actually successful by any means really. So
and you potentially aren't even taking yourself out of your comfort zone or trying it if you don't feel that way, I guess.
Exactly. I once read this book. So I read a lot of, like, that's another tip. Like research, read books, like find who inspires you, go to seminars, listen to people, like always stay motivated.
Yeah.
Because some days you'll be full steam ahead and then you'll just get over it. It's kind of like when I took the break from Instagram, I told you about you just go, it's like a diet, you know, you just go too strict and then you just exhaust. So I always like to read books, watch YouTube things. People send me motivational clips and like full into it. So so I read this book and they said that it was like this huge investor and he would never invest in a business unless someone had at least hit bankruptcy 3 times. Because if they hadn't, they were never going to get like to the end game as successful as he would like to invest in someone. So he's saying if you've not hit bankruptcy once or gone through like a huge dilemma where you've shut shop and got another business and this and that, like you don't actually know the struggles and therefore you're not actually going to get there. So.
You haven't failed enough to know exactly how much work goes into for it to succeed.
You haven't learned from any mistakes. You're just fresh. You can't handle the big guns. So
it's funny because Dan fails a lot, but he never seems to actually learn from it. So we just love to grill each other on the podcast, basically. So,
he always picks on you, and you're so nice.
Yeah, he is so nice. I don't know why. So
jealousy's a bitch.
That's it. That's what it is. For
the struggles of co-hosting a podcast.
It's
just our egos. Just
he wants the beard.
Yeah, he does. So I was going to ask about. You know how you were saying you were niching out to doing the detox and the fitness side of things.
Yeah.
And now you've kind of gone away from that.
I did.
So did you have any struggles changing your niche? Was there any learning processes through that?
Look, I always think I'm going through a midlife crisis. Or I ever since I was little, like I'm so different to a lot of my friends and a lot of my family. I've always been like, okay, there's more. I want the best of everything. And so I'm always looking for like the next big thing, the next business and more money and more of like freedom in my lifestyle. So I guess the detox I just fell into, I didn't really care about business too much. And then when that went away, it was good, maybe I reckon even a year that I was just doing my own thing. And then I hit my roadblock again where I was like, what am I doing with my life? Like this, you can feel you've got more inside you, but you just don't know really what to do. So I started researching like all these products and I was like, I'm just going to sell something. I'm just going to get it online. I'm just going to sell it. Then I was looking into Amazon and drop shipping and all the e-commerce things. And then I was thinking, okay, I've got a full-time job now that I absolutely love and I want to keep. So how can I have a business that I don't need to be so heavily involved in or physically work hours in? So I kind of juggle everything all the time. I want to do it all. And then I would every single day research a product, look at Google Trends, see how it's trending, see how it's going. And I reckon I did this like for months and months and months. And then one day I was going through Facebook and it was like the feeds. And I just saw this ad come up and instantly I was like, oh my gosh, this product is so good. And I just started buying it. Yeah. And I was like, okay, this is cool. Like this got me. I bought it. I impulse bought it. I bought mum one. And then I thought, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take this idea. So e-commerce and private labeling, it's a copycat game. Yep. You just got to do it better.
Yeah.
You're not stealing a product. They didn't create the product.
No.
They went to a manufacturer that 5 of you top brands went to, and it was a blank canvas, and they just put their brand on it. Yep. And that's e-commerce. Okay. If you're going to like try and create your own product from scratch, you're looking at hundreds of thousands of dollars.
That's it. Yeah.
Patents and time and
that's it.
Lawyers,
research, everything. Everything.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, no, that's
it. Yeah, and so many people will look at the things I do and be like, oh, how do you even do that?
Yeah.
It's so simple. You can do it in a day.
Yeah.
You can do it with $200, even less. Okay, so I saw this thing and I was like, this is what I want to do. This is perfect. And it was a microblading brow pen. So it had 4 little tips, and when they zoomed in and you could see it draw these hair-like strokes on the brow, and then you would have to look so hard to see what was ink and what was hair. Wow. It was crazy. So everyone was getting the tattooing, and then some people would be scared of the pain. It was like $800 to get done. It was then permanent on your face, and this just mimicked it like microblading. It looked identical, and it lasted 24 hours. You could wash it and it wouldn't come off with just normal water. So it was there. It was sweat proof. It was vegan friendly, everything. So I just went on the hunt, and then I found a supplier, and then from there you you see what the supplier has and they have other crazy ideas that are already implemented. You just got to brand. So yeah, I just ordered, I think 300 was my first order. And then for the first week that I had, so I went to Alibaba, it was in China, just to let everyone know. You go there, you just say, okay, they'll have something up and it'll say 100,000 orders for a minimum quantity. So then everyone just goes, oh, well, I can't do this, bye. But really you just message them and you just say, I need 300, can you do it? And they're like, yeah. So they're like, send me your logo, send me your packaging, and you send that through. And then they do everything there. They get the product, they put your logo on the product, they put it in a box, they print on the box, and then it comes to you. And you can do this with anything. Anything.
But I suppose the main problem is that the competition, again, as we said, is like very, very fierce. So the branding and all this kind of thing and how you frame yourself in the market is obviously very, very important.
Yeah, so. Especially because Instagram is your biggest selling tool at the moment. It's all visual. And that's the thing with online products, and that all you have is the image. That's all people can see. They can't test it. They can't try it. They've literally just got to love what it looks like. So you've got to spend the time on these Facebook ads that I was talking about. So you've got to have a good video. You've got to have good photos. You've got to have a good following and engagement, and you've got to do that. So
trial and error in the market research.
Yeah, you have to.
But going back to what you were saying before, I think a huge takeaway from that is that like it's okay to actually change things, because I know like for myself, for example, like I'm always swarming with business ideas. I'm like, oh, what if I try this? What if I try that? Dan will be able to validate that idea. And
that's my whole life, I swear.
But it's like it's okay to change, because you can commit to this one thing and then it's either working out or it's not working out, and you can go, you know what, I have this idea and I want to pursue this idea. You know, a lot of people they're stuck in this way and like, but if I change, then you know it might fail and it might get uncomfortable. But what it is you're actually going to learn. So I think that's 100%. A huge thing that I think I want to mention, is that it's okay to change and try new things. You know what I mean?
What you set out to do in 6 months' time is never going to be that ever. And if it is, well, it's just never going to be. But if it is, like, did you really grow? Did you really learn? Are you really at your maximum potential? Probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
But no one just, like, if it was that easy, everyone would do it.
Well, that's it. Yeah,
you know,
it is a competitive market.
It's huge. And I remember so I got all this product and I was like, now what I want to do is copy this brand that I saw, and they had a video, and I was like, okay, it's so easy. I'm just going to put it up on Facebook, do one of these ads, and I'm just going to get all these sales. And a week went by and I didn't have one sale. So then I, wanted to throw the towel in. I was like super miserable, and what do I do with my life? Like, and then, I sourced out and got help. And then we played around with the ads and the configurations, and I just started researching heaps of YouTubers that will show you how to do the configurations, and then I got my first sale, and then the second, third, fourth, and it just went from there. So, and most people would have threw in the towel then. Because I was pretty down.
And again, like even like months later, you still get to that point some days where you're like, what am I even doing?
Well, sometimes I'll wake up and like I'll have all these sales, and then sometimes I'll wake up and I'll have none, and I'm like, it's over. It's over. Like, but so you just got to keep going.
It's an emotional roller coaster, just like life, eh?
You got to be so strong.
But that's the other thing, is all the information is out there for pretty much anything you want to learn, whether it's e-commerce or fitness or whatever. It's like, it's all out there accessible. You just have to figure out what that thing is that you want to do, and just start looking into it and start doing these different things.
And try to make it different to the competition as well.
Yeah,
exactly. And so I used to do this thing where I would go A to Z. Like I'd get it and go, well, I know what I have to do to make this work. And it's, this big business that you're idolizing that has made it work, and you want to jump there, but you're like, it's so hard. How do I get it there? And you're trying to just go from A to Z and just make it, you're trying to launch it like crazy. I'm not going to name names, but businesses that are just super successful. And you realize that if you can't do that, because when I tried to do that with the detox, I was trying to like launch it perfectly. So I spent 9 months doing this repackaging and relaunch. And by then I was almost giving up on it, because I was putting too much into it for it to be perfect. Whereas with this business, I go A, B, C, D, like baby steps. And I'm actually getting so much further, so much faster by doing it one step at a time and just learning it each step. Because I don't really know the next step.
Until you get to that.
And sometimes I think, I'm not intelligent enough for this. I don't know the next step. I don't know how to do this. And, You just got to, go back to your routine, go back to what you've written down, like source out if you need to, and just refocus, recenter, keep going one step at a time.
And that's the other thing, because your dream is to get here, right? And so you're like so ready to get there,
you're
but
so
you have to
passionate.
you have to actually have to climb the ladder one step at a time until you get to
you're
that.
never
and
going to
fall
get
a few
there.
times.
Yeah, that's it.
100%. That's it.
So you've done a lot so far. Do you have any plans for the future? Like you mentioned, you have a couple of different business ideas. Can you let us in on a little secret, a few secrets, or not yet? Not yet.
I've got a few ideas, joining together with a few other girlfriends and influencers it's something totally different, which will be more hands-on, not online. So, but I'm not going to let you know that. You can interview me again in a month's time. Because I have 10 other businesses by now. But what I want to do in terms of Feather Sisters is grow it. So I've got my next 2 products that I want to do. I've got 3 at the moment, so I'll have a total of 5. I'm in the process now for the next 3 weeks of repackaging it all. So now that I know it works, so I pretty much just did a minimum order, spent as little as I could, played around with my Facebook ads. I was spending, I'm just going to let you know, like, it was costing me like $200 a click and a purchase at one stage for a product that was $20.
Yeah.
Okay, so I reckon I didn't even break even with my product until a little bit into it, because my Facebook ads were the configuration was so wrong. I was losing so much money. Yeah. Okay, but whatever, it's all a learning game. You got to spend money to make money. Yeah. So, so what I'm doing now is I'm going, okay, I know it works. I've trialed everything. I've done it as basic as I could. Now I've got to actually put 100% in, because you're a little bit doubtful in the beginning. You don't have 100% self-belief. So that's what I want to do. So now I know it works. I'm going to recruit the people I need to, get the departments that I need to, repackage it all, properly brand it. Doesn't really have a brand right now. Properly brand it and just smash it. Get it in stores, get it in salons, get it in people's faces. Yeah, just go for it.
Yeah, awesome.
So that's my next steps with that.
Yeah, and actually reach out to physical stores. Is that what you're trying to say? Like actually go through and show the product and
100%. Or send people out to do it for me.
Yeah, true.
Because that's what I do. But before that, you look at the packaging and then you're like, oh, it's not ready. But it's never going to be ready. You've just got to dive on in, get it out there, and learn.
Yeah, there's no such thing as perfection as such.
Yeah, that's where I went wrong with my first business for sure.
Yeah.
And again, going back to the "it's my baby" thing, it's so easy to have that perfection mindset.
You've got to let it go. Like, let it be free.
Yeah.
Other people want it. Give it to them. Stop hogging it. Yeah.
Cool. So wrapping up. 2 more questions. Any just general hot life tips for millennials? Perhaps growing Instagram or growing a business, or just generally getting through the day-to-day. You've covered
mindset,
a lot, but
anything.
mindset. Anything that just comes to mind.
Okay, I'm huge on manifesting. A lot of people either believe this or don't. It works. You have to do it. You're never going to get anywhere without it. It's about training the mind and throwing out into the world specific ideas and thoughts that you desire or want, and actually believing you've already got it. And that's how you get it. So a lot of people believe in meditation. So it's similar. You're meditating, you're stopping the world and all your thoughts to throw out, I guess, what you really want. Find what you really want, put it out in the world, and let the world deliver it. So that goes hand in hand with willpower, strong mindset, knowing what you want. If you don't know what you want, you're never going to get what you want. So I'm a big believer in taking the time to sit down, think exactly what you want, and being so detailed with it. So you want a new car. What color is the car? What does it have? What brand is it? And you've got to actually believe that you already have it. So you open your little Suzuki door, but you're picturing your Mercedes.
Yeah.
And it's the same with business. You've got to sit down, take the time to, what do I have right now? Where do I want it to be? Where is it going to be? And you've got to believe you're already there, so you know how to act and the decisions to make like you've already made it. So I don't know, that's my tip. It's the same as fitness and health. So if you're looking in the mirror and you're calling yourself fat, or, you're thinking you're ugly and this and that, like those negative, toxic thoughts, they sabotage you. You actually become fat because, well, are you motivated to go to the gym? No. Like, what's the point? So it's the same. My life skills, I guess, are just know what I want, like take the time to sit down, know what I want, feed myself only good positive thoughts, write it down, do your affirmations. Where do you want to live? What car do you want to have? How much money do you want to make? Like, what do you want to do with your life? So and then you have your goals and you head towards your goals.
It's
and
so true.
The universe helps you.
Yeah.
Something we say a lot on the podcast is perception is reality, and I guess that ties into that. So.
Definitely.
Yeah. Like before I thought like that and did all that, and when I didn't really believe in all that, like I can't even tell you my life. It was nothing like this. Like nothing. And so many people are like, oh, you've got the best lifestyle. Like it's crazy all the opportunities you get. Like how do you do this? And it's a positive mindset. It literally is. Like when you get that positive mindset, you attract positive things into your life. Positive people, influential people, the opportunities, they just come.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah. Well, yeah, unfortunately, we've run out of time, but thank you so much for coming on the podcast. It was a lot of fun, and I definitely learned a couple of things.
Yeah?
So, thank you very much for coming on.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.